What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, Ryan Garcia is at the top of the world right now, man. Like I said, he has a lot of options available for whatever direction he wants to go in for a fight. He can stay at 140 and keep fighting at catch weights and try to see if he can get a fight with a Teofimo Lopez, Sabril Matias, or what's the boy name? Isak Pitbull Cruz. I was gonna say Isaac, but it's Isak Pitbull Cruz. He can get one of those matchups, or he can go to 47. He say he want to beat up Errol Spence because Errol Spence won't pay Derrick James, and Derrick James is Ryan Garcia's new trainer as of the last two fights. You know what I mean? So he like, y'all want to fight Errol Spence. He talked about wanting to fight Boots Ennis, etc. All right. Now that we didn't get all of that out the way, he got all the options available. A lot of people are saying, man, did Ryan Garcia make improvements? Like, has Ryan Garcia become a new fighter under Derrick James? Y'all know he is not. Ryan has not gotten any better under Derrick. Not like that to me. Promise y'all. And it's not Derrick's fault. I just think certain fighters have it ingrained in them to do, like, you can teach a fighter something, and after a while, they just gonna go all out the window. They're gonna do what they used to doing. They're gonna go back to fighting the way they're accustomed to fighting, especially once they get hit. They're gonna be like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna go back to what I do. Whether the punch is hard or not, they're gonna go back and revert back to what they normally do because that's their instinct. If they haven't been fighting like that for a long time, it's gonna take a while to program them to be a certain way. It's gonna take a few training counts for them to really be conditioned to fight the way the trainer wants them to fight. Honestly, I don't think Ryan did anything different in this fight than what he usually does. He still was there to be hit. He left himself open a lot. He's still doing that terrible Philly shell that he do. He turned his whole back to his opponent, and I promise y'all, the moment he fights a power puncher, that is going to get him in a lot of trouble, especially if he goes to 47 and fight like a Boots Ennis. That's going to get him hurt doing that because his back is open and you can light his body up. Bah, bah, bah. And a dude like Boots can really, really punch. Yeah, I don't think he did anything differently. I just think the difference is Devin Haney couldn't handle his power at all. Devin didn't have good head movement. Defense wasn't sharp. He wasn't putting up the right hand to protect him from Ryan Garcia's left hand at all. He kept leaving the right hand down and open to shots. And then the combination of Ryan's speed and power is going to devastate you, man. It's kind of like with Deontay Wilder. Deontay never became this, like, again, well, he got a medal. He medaled in the Olympics, which shows you, because it's hard to get knockouts in the Olympics. So it shows you he had boxing skill, but he was never this elite boxer per se. Deontay was able to overwhelm folks with his power, right? And he could launch that right hand like a javelin. It was quick, especially when he was 214, 212. He can launch that motherfucker into somebody's face immediately. And even though they knew it was coming, it was still hard for them to get out of the way because he was so unorthodox. Now, let's keep it back to Ryan. Ryan has a great combination of speed and power. He got pop. He could crack. And also, Devin couldn't hurt him. So it wasn't nothing that it wasn't nothing he changed. It's just like Devin couldn't hurt him. So, okay, shit, let me just unload my hands. Let me just unload the kitchen sink on this dude. Let me just let my hands go, and he's going to get hurt. Once he saw he could hurt Devin, it was over with. He wasn't sharp, and you can see he was losing rounds. The rounds he didn't drop Devin in, majority of the rounds he didn't drop or hurt Devin in, I want to say from round 2 to 6, Devin was winning them rounds because he couldn't hurt Devin in them rounds. Devin is a better boxer than him. He's more skilled than Ryan. Ryan didn't have a game plan where he could just like, oh, I'm gonna offset this, offset that. Devin just couldn't stay out of the dude way because the speed and power. That was it. I didn't see any new wrinkles in Ryan's game at all. I didn't see any like, oh my God, he's vastly improved in this area, that area. No, I did not. It was just that he could hurt Devin and Devin couldn't hurt him. Once Ryan found out Devin couldn't hurt him, it was over with. Fuck it. I don't care what I'm getting hit with. I'm going to keep coming forth and unloading, letting my hands go on dude face, and he gonna just have to I'm gonna make him submit to my will. And that's what happened. The deadly combination of speed and power. But I didn't see him do anything. I didn't see Ryan do anything differently than what he was doing with Joe Goose in him. I really didn't. Derek has been training him to try to protect himself and guard himself, but shit, he was still open to get hit a lot. And at times Devin hit him, it just didn't do shit to Ryan at all. So I don't think Ryan is just this new and improved fighter under Derek. I think he's more confident. I think he's comfortable under Derek. I believe Derek talks to him in a way where it gets through to him, and he gets motivated by things that Derek says in the corner, and Derek is able to reel him in when he starts to get off kilter. So that helps him. I believe that Derek probably got in better condition for sure, training in that hot ass gym in Texas. But as far as skill wise and his fighting style and improvements to his fight game, I don't really see that. I don't. Like I'm not hating at all, because Ryan is the man right now. He got all the glory right now. You know what I mean? But I don't see any improvements he really has made in ring. He's not able to make great in ring adjustments either. To me, just like, okay, once a fighter knows you can't hurt them and they know they got the potential to hurt you, bombs away, brother. And that's what it was, bombs away. You know what I mean? He was still in the round 2 to 6. He was still getting outclassed at times. Well, we was like, well, shit. I thought in my head, well, shit, he hurt Devin at first, but man, Devin got the skills to still be able to hit him with pinpoint accuracy, and it can still be able to win on points. But when he hurt Devin and dropped him, I said, oh, okay. Well, Devin hurt, and he can hurt. Yeah, he can hurt Devin. And this is the way for him to win this fight. I promise y'all, if Ryan Garcia had the same amount of power that Devin Haney has, Ryan would have lost that fight. He would have. But this is not a game of shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's what happened. What I'm saying is that Ryan won this fight strictly because of his power and speed. That was it. It was no like, oh, I'm doing anything. Because people like making it seem like, oh, man, Ryan's this new and improved fighter. No, he's not. He just was able to. He's more confident now. He's comfortable with Derek. But he was able to land his shots. Able to land his shots because Devin was not moving his head. Devin wasn't keeping the right hand up. Devin was sitting there in the pocket with him trying to go back and forth and hurt him after Devin had already been hurt before, which is foolish. You know what I mean? You know you ain't got the popping power to do it when you know you hurt. So, yeah. But it wasn't like, oh, my God, Ryan was hitting him with amazing counters. And Ryan was displaying amazing defense. And Ryan was he was fighting this perfect game plan. He wasn't. The power was able to overcome all mistakes. And that was the same way what it was for Deontay Wilder. Dudes would beat Wilder on rounds. They would be able to land great shots on him. They would be able to frustrate Deontay at times. But when it was all said and done, Deontay was always able to connect. And he knew if he could hit you cleanly, good night, Irene, take the L out of lover. That's the same thing with Ryan Garcia. He know, especially in that 140 division, he crack you cleanly, it's over with. He know he can hurt. If he know he can hurt you, cool. And he know you can't hurt him, he good. Long as you know you can't hurt him. With Tank, he knew Tank could hurt him. So he stayed gun shy. He was a little shell shocked a little bit after he got dropped that first time. Well, he wasn't unloading like that. He started off unloading until he got dropped in that second round against Tank. After that, he refused to unload like that because he knew something was going to come back at him. A vicious punch was going to come back at him and hit him square in the face. With Devin, he knew a puncher could hit him in the face, but he like, that shit ain't nothing, whatever. So he kept on swinging, and he eventually hurt him. But I don't think Ryan made any improvements at all. Peace.